outside. It's a maintenance wash. It's been ceramic coated by me about a year and a half ago with CarPro Sequels UK 3.0. What a mouthful that is. I've already dealt with the interior. As you can see, it looks pretty good, but the outside, being winter in the UK, is quite dirty. The wheels have already been pre-washed, and now I'm about to get started. So if you are watching this live and you've got any questions about detailing, just want to have a chit chat, come and do that. It's a Sunday afternoon when you're probably all having a bite to eat with the family. But if you're here joining me, then thank you very much. And if you're watching this at a later date, so not live, click the subscribe button. I'm always going live on a weekend. And I like to do this for a little bit of fun if I've got the time. So please come and join me. All right. So what I've got here is Built Hamber Surfex HD mixed at about 10 to 1 and a sprayer. It's from a company called Hydro UK. It does me really well. Right. So this is just an all-purpose cleaner for those of you that don't know what Surfex HD is. And it's good for cleaning plastics. It's in an all-purpose cleaner. You can use it for a hell of a lot of different things. But I'm going to use it for cleaning under the arches and the tyres. And for the wheels, I'm going to be using dual auto care. Try not to get too much of that on the wheels. I'm using dual auto care fallout remover. And this is called Toxin. So for any of you that have got baked in brake dust and you want to know how to get rid of it, brand new bottle, I haven't even used it yet. There we go. This is the kind of product that you need, a fallout remover. Now, I know I go quite heavy with this. I use a lot. You don't have to if you don't want to, but it doesn't hurt. Right, that will turn a deep, rich purple. What I'm going to use here is an Easy Detail Go brush. Someone's hair on there. Oh, that's nasty. And I've got in here, in the bucket that is, just a what is it called? A pH neutral shampoo. That's what I'm trying to say. And the pH neutral shampoo is Bahama Blue, again by Jewel. There's going to be quite a few products of theirs today. Do I need to do this in the winter? You could probably argue not. Doing the arches. But it's a nice little touch. It doesn't take me very long. Clients like it. There's lots of mud normally stuck up in there. Today, there is not. Again, a dual brush. This is a tyre brush. And often people are saying to me, why are you bothering cleaning the tyres? Well, imagine I did the entire car. The wheels look good. Under here looks good in the arches. All the door shuts and the windows, you name it, everything looks clean. Then you look at the car and they're still, sorry, you look at the tyres and they're still brown. Now, that's pretty much it. Why would I do that to my own reputation and to a client's car? Not only that, but when you go to put a tyre shine on there afterward, which most of you will probably enjoy doing, you're not going to get the best results. It's not going to look great. It's going to look a little bit off in colour, and the durability is going to be shot to pieces. Let me bring you a bit closer. I can't see the comments there. Adam, how you doing, Adam? Good to see you again. Promised another live today. Here I am. As always, I've done the interior offline. Don't often do that. Live reason that I don't do that interiors live is for the sheer fact the lighting's no good. You can't really see what I'm doing. And the other thing is, every now and then I like to record it so that I've got some. I can do some ASMR videos for you guys of me cleaning the interior. Right. So we've got 61 in here and one like so far. But if all 60 of you, just double tap that screen. Right. So, yeah, if anyone's got any questions about detailing, cleaning cars, call it what you will. I really don't mind. Drop a little question, comment, call it what you will. More than happy to help. I've got a lot of the answers, not all of them. But yeah, it's just nice to come and have a chat with some people. while I'm messing around with this car on the weekend. Right, let's see how that looks now. Time to pressure wash it off. Where have I put that? You're quiet today, you guys. Come on. My pressure washer can be a little bit slow because I'm running the water from an IBC. And what that means is the water that I'm using is filtered, and I cannot leave water spots on any car because of the filtering process. Like that will look a lot better. And so does the tyre, unsurprisingly. There's all the mud out of the under here. Yep, nice and fresh. Okay, time to move you guys to the next wheel. So, one down, three to go. I've got the snow foam ready. The snow foam that I'm going to be using is dual again. That is going to be dual assault. I have done something extra on there. I thought I'm just going to put a little bit of an all-purpose cleaner in there. I'll put a shot of an all-purpose cleaner in there just to give it a little bit more bite. I'm not a chemist, but hey, it might work. We all do it. Any of you that mix chemicals for cars, you know you do that too. Extra little bit of something, something. Give it a bit more spice. Why not? All right, okay. 61 people still. How's that stayed on such a what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, how has it stayed on that number without actually moving? Right, okay. Again, short hammer Surfax HD on the tyres. And can we call it carpet under there? I don't know. It's not actual carpet, is it? Right, again with Joule. This is Joule Toxin. Right, okay. 61. That is so unusual that it's sticking on 61. Kind of means that no one's leaving, but no one's joining. Now, I don't believe that for a second. Not only that, but there's no extra comments. Adam, oh, look, there we go. It's all working all of a sudden. Loads of stuff has just come through. What's going on here, eh? Power of God 3. Good morning. How are you doing? Thank you. Estetico. See, I thought I was reading Spanish there, but it's Portuguese. So, hello from Brazil. I can't read Portuguese, unfortunately. Morning, ready for our date tomorrow from Tony. I sure am. I sure am. We haven't decided where we're going yet, though, have we? And in fact, you reminded me, I need to get some of the videos of your van onto the old Tinternet. Says 113 to you. Oh, does it? All right. Okay, cool. I think something was going on there whereby it wasn't updating anything for me, and all of a sudden, a load of comments have just come through. Cairo, how you doing, Cairo? It's good to have Gary here. Gary is here not only because he's a friend and I trust him, he's a moderator. So you do anything wrong, it's going to kick you out and put you in the naughty corner on the naughty step. Right. Okay. Yeah, whilst I'm here, just in case you haven't heard me say it earlier, more than happy to answer any questions about cleaning cars, detailing, call it what you will, machine polishing, ceramic coatings, you name it, I'm here to help. What car have I got in today? This is a Land Rover Discovery. Nothing too exciting, but work is work. Jamie, how you doing, Jamie? I'm good, thank you. How are you doing? Just trying to think of what I've got coming in that might be a little bit exciting soon. There is a brand new electric Porsche Macan coming in. Don't know why it's coming in though. I have to be honest with you. The guy is a regular client. He's bought in his Porsche 911 to me before, which some of you from the TikTok live days will have seen. But it's a brand new Porsche Macan that's been ceramic coated by Porsche. So I don't know what he wants me to do with it. Hello from Iran. Hello to Iran. How are you doing? Have you got any advice on ceramic coating product? I do. Yes, Jamie. Do you mean for the leather, the wheels, the glass, the plastics, the paint? I'm going to assume you mean paint, but let me know. And what kind of advice are you looking for specifically, or just in general? For Christmas, I've got a load of cleaning stuff, but I don't know the good sprays. I don't know how good the sprays and chemicals are. Caro, what have you got? Jay, can you do Grace's car next weekend? Yeah, no, I'd be happy to. Thank you, Tony. I've got something in on Saturday morning, but after that on Saturday, good to go. No problem at all. Steve, hey Steve, he's got a little waving hand there. For the outside of the car. Yeah, okay, cool. So with ceramic coatings, the one thing that I will say is preparation is key. So this is going to be a long-winded answer. The Audi, yeah, no problem, Tony. Would love to do that. Thank you. And Tyler, I'm good, thank you. Right, so the question about the ceramic coating. So obviously you need to clean the car exactly the way that I'm going to do it today. So that means slow foam, pressure wash it off, then clean the car manually. Then you've got three stages of decontamination, which is the first one is a fallout remover of the paint. The next one is tar and glue remover. If the car needs it, use a clay bar. Then you do machine polishing. Then you need a product which will take off the polishing oils from the car, which is an IPA wipe, basically. Then you put the ceramic on. So I know I'm going into a lot of information here, Jamie, but it's all important because that little bottle of ceramic might cost you 50 quid. Could cost you 150 quid, just depends on what one you're buying. And you definitely don't want to ruin that. So when you put it onto the car, you need to make sure that the panels are as cool as possible. Don't work in sunlight if you can. Even things like the wind will make the product flash faster. So if you can get it into some kind of controlled environment, then that will help. Have a whole bunch of microfibers because you're going to need them. But after you've done with those ones on the wipe off stage, you're going to have to throw them in the bin. At best, you can use them for the jobs that you wouldn't use a microfiber for that you want to use again. So something like under the engine or exhaust pipes or something. So yeah, there's a lot to take in with ceramic coatings. And then after you've done it, you need to leave it for anywhere between maybe 12 hours upwards before you do anything to it. Right, Tyler, I'm good, thank you. How are you? Clay bars. What about the clay bars, Max? Yes. It's like cooking. You must follow the recipe. Absolutely. Yeah, very, very right on that one. It's one of those things that when you go out and you buy a ceramic coating and it costs as much as they charge us for it, you definitely don't want to get it wrong because it won't last a long time. You won't get the gloss, you won't get the slickness, you won't get the cleaning capability of it. So there's a lot to go into. That needs to be, yeah, it does. Okay, perfect. Turtle Wax Snow Foam Shampoo. There's also a spray bottle kit that I'm struggling to find right now. Black box gold labeling, black bottles, vague names. Well, do you know, I've never used any of those products, unfortunately. But the Turtle Wax Snow Foam, uh, in fact, I don't know on that one. God, there's only 74 people here now. So if anyone in here, and at times like this, I have to be honest, Caro, when I don't know about a product and I've not seen any reviews on it, that means I basically haven't got an opinion on it. So if anyone on here, out of the 80 people that are here, have used any of those products that Caro is speaking of, please let us know, drop a comment, and hopefully we can help. Water on the mic, presumably. Uh, they're actually, it's actually these. But it's funny you say that. For the past couple of days, people have been saying that they can't hear me properly. So let me know because if I need to get rid of these and start again, as in go out and buy another pair, then I will, which will be frustrating because they're a good couple of hundred. Right, can you all hear me properly now? Hopefully you can. Oh, never mind. It's King of Sheen Advanced Waterless Wash Wax. Right, waterless washes. I've got an opinion on. Basically, I only use a waterless wash. Well, I don't really use a waterless wash. But the only time I would is if you've got the car cleaned, let's say, and then you go to a car show and the car's a little bit dusty, then yeah, I would use a waterless wash. But otherwise, I don't really care for them too much. I think if you don't use it properly, then you can potentially scratch the car over and over again. And I just, yeah, I get why they're available to people, but it's not something that I'm a big fan of at all. Uh, you will very rarely, in fact, you'll never see me use it. I bought a bottle once, I tried it, it's like, yeah, okay. But it's not kind of work that I look for or hunt or that finds me. Not really worth using if water's available. Uh, it's more so, like I say, if you go to a car show and the car was already clean, let's say by you the night before, or whatever it may well be, and you just want to dust off the car when you get to that show, then yeah, go for it. Yeah, yeah, why not? If water's available, yeah, that is an option, but some people just want a quick fix. And there's people, let's say, in, I don't know, could be parts of the UK or I think in America, where you just can't use a hose pipe to clean the car, or they live in flats and there's no way of doing it. So then, yeah, they use a waterless wash. So there are lots of different reasons why people would use it. So it's very specific to you, but it's not something that I really care too much about, unfortunately. Sorry to all the companies out there that are making that product, but it's not for me. And I don't think I've ever recommended it to anyone. Right, so that was Gilt Hamber Surfex HD on the tyres and a dual tyre brush. Make sure that I'm getting rid of all the mud. And what it means is when I do put a tyre shine on there, it's going to look better. Now, why am I going down the way like this? That's because this tyre has lines that are going down the way. And I know that if I do this, I'll get the mud out of those lines. OCD much? A few days ago, I saw an Aston Martin with an actual clumps of mud on the rims and doors. Went over a speed bump and mud fell out from under the ball. Oh my God, that's pretty rubbish. In fact, thankfully, I've got an Aston Martin over there, DB7, and it's not like that. But that car's been there for 3, 4 months, something like that. I can't remember. Must be 3 months. November, December. Yeah. Right. So if any of you have just joined as well and you're thinking, he didn't pre-wash those wheels. I actually did off camera because it saves me a bit of time when I'm doing this live and you don't need to see me spray it down, wait, pressure wash it, spray it down again, then clean it. And I haven't got all the time in the world for this car. Gonna have to have some lunch at some point. So where you can see that that is turning purple, that is the fallout remover working. So you can see it all over here. And that means it's getting rid of the baked in brake dust. What I've got here is a big hairy ball brush. It's very soft. It's like a great big shaving brush. If any of you have seen those old school things, I've got one at home. And yeah, it's very soft, it's very dense, and it cleans really well. If you haven't got one, treat yourself. Big hairy ball brush. This one is from Fallen Angel. They're a UK-based company, and it just works really well. I've got one for the interior too. Red one for the outside, blue one for the interior. And it's good for getting rid of dirt in the emblems and all the little nooks and crannies that when I'm actually washing the car by hand, a microfiber won't get into. So yeah, it's quite useful for stuff like that. Okay. One more wheel after this one, and we are nearly done. All that was told today. Beautiful job you're doing. Thank you very much, Niall. I appreciate it. Trying to be as thorough as possible. No problem. I've not sprayed myself with water yet. That's only a matter of time. If you haven't already, in fact, I'll say that in a minute. If you haven't already clicked subscribe, very easy to do. Looks like I need some tar and glue remover on there. So I'd love if you would subscribe and come back and join us all to clean some cars next weekend. It seems like we've got two cars already booked in, one Range Rover and one, I think it's a Q3, Audi Q3. Uh, Sometimes we have anything from Fiestas, this car, Range Rovers, Ferraris, Porsches, Lamborghinis, only once. More Porsches and Ferraris actually. But yeah, so you never know what you might see when I'm detailing on the weekends, detailing live on the weekend anyway. Okay, one more wheel, then it's time for the snow foam. We're going to turn this car white. Right, there we go. So, any questions at all? Let us know. If you just want to have a chit chat, if you just want to let me know that you're there, a little wave, a little emoji, a bad joke. How about some bad jokes? You can share a bad joke. Uh, Share where you're from in the world. That's always good because I get a lot of people from America, all over America. I don't care if you tell me what the weather's like where you are. Built hammer, Surfx HD on the tyres and on the plastics under here. It's going to make them look nice and fresh. Okay, now we no longer need this, so let the air out. It's wet and windy. Yes, it sure is. It sure is, Mark. How are you doing, Mark? You good? Mark, can you let me know how's the sound today? Is it any good? What's green fussy, has four legs, and will kill you if it falls out of a tree? Go on, and what is it? Green fussy, four legs. Will kill. Sound is okay at the minute. Right, thank you. What is that? Is this going to be a bad joke? Nervous. A pool table. That is terrible, but it's funny nonetheless. Mark, no, no problem at all. No problem, honestly. Only too pleased that you're here today. Right. Okay. That was dual toxin. Hey, Adam. One person's put the emoji on there. Right. So this is dual toxin. It's a fallout remover, and it is windy today. Jesus. Don't know what he's got to do with it, but yeah. I don't remember what I was saying. Now. Bad jokes will get you muted for 60 seconds today. Oh, Mark's not in the mood for bad jokes, apparently. I like them. I can't read the name, but hello to that. What looks like a robot emoji. Do we have to limit the bad jokes today, Mark? I tell you why Mark probably isn't a fan today because at one point there was someone that was just there were so many bad jokes. It got to the point where it was difficult to smile. It was like, right, okay, we've had enough now. But I like that one about the pool table because it's just so ridiculous. Which is exactly what a bad joke is. Where has this wind come from? It wasn't like this before. Right, dual tyre brush, good for getting rid of the gunk on the tyres, the mud, as you can see, because it's turned a muddy colour. And after this wheel is done, which is not very far away, we're going to slow foam the car, let it rest, pressure wash it off, and then actually get this car clean. Right, this is an easy detail brush. Wonder if I need a new one. This seems a little bit limp. No one wants limp. No one wants a limp brush. Right, this brush is different to the first one I use under the arches. This one will squeeze behind the brake pads or the brake calipers even. So you will need the two of them. The other one will not do. And not only that, but this particular brush in the arches, it will clean, but because it's got a flexible stem, it won't clean particularly well. Right, new ball brush. PFG, why are colds bad criminals? Mr. G, Mr. F, because they're easy to catch. I like it. I wish I could remember these bad jokes. That one's terrible. Right. Nearly done with this wheel. Foam cannon's all ready to go. You don't want to see me messing about the foam cannon. So before I go live, I get absolutely everything ready. To go over this one more time. Now, if I wasn't using spotless water, which means water that cannot leave water spots, I would actually put some protection on these wheels. And I would use, no, you're chilled today, Jay. All right, cool. Cool. Glad you're chilled. I don't know why I like cleaning this side of the tyre where the tread is. Even I know that's unnecessary, but I do it nonetheless. What good food to eat this generation? Another terrible one. Right. Okay. Feels like this place is going to blow away in the wind. Right. I'm going to take you around to the other side of the car, get the snow foam lance on here, and get this in snow foam. So as you can see, the car is dry. I do not soak the car down before. I don't use a pre-wash. What's that on there? Nothing. I don't use a pre-wash because a good snow foam is a pre-wash. So there we go, that's better. So why would I use a pre-wash on a pre-wash? It makes no sense to me. So let's see what this snow foam can do on this particular car. It is dirty, obviously, in the UK in this time of year, in this weather. Okay, I'm using an aqua spray snow foam cannon with dual assault as a snow foam. I'll watch yesterday's live and catch up later. Thank you, Mark. You're too kind. I know that the lives don't, they stream, I think, in a decent definition, but I think they're only uploading 720p. It really is windy with you too. Yeah, I mean, you guys know this is a greenhouse and everything's shaking and rattling. Right, I'm going to start with a snow foam on that side, come round. So you won't see me for just a few seconds, but I am on my way back, I promise you. There we go. Now, as far as snow foams smell, this actually smells quite nice. Not a reason you should buy it, but it's nice when a chemical does smell nice. Not that we should be smelling chemicals, but for some reason we do. Lovely. Look at that. Right, what this snow foam will do, it's an alkaline snow foam. It will emulsify the dirt. Hello, Sabrina. How are you doing today? Good to see you again. Yeah, this snow foam will emulsify the dirt, make it easier to remove dirt from the car. Right, I've got a tiny little bit left, which I always do on purpose, which means that after I've jet washed this off, I can go around with a very thin layer just to just to get a little bit more slickness on there. But what I'm going to do now is just in places like the windows, I'm going to get a brush. I'm going to brush out some areas like the windows. Sabby, we've got pet names for each other now. Right, what brush shall I use? I'll use this one. This is a brush. This is called the stiff one. I swear to you, that's what it's called. It's called the stiff one, and it's from Joule. What kind of car does an egg drive? A Volkswagen. Where are you getting these from, Cairo? Right, so all I'm going to do is use the brush. Oh, look at all the dirt coming out of here. You can see it. That's a different color. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do all the badges and emblems and things like that because we haven't pressure washed the car yet. But in these areas, it's absolutely fine. I'm not going to scratch a window. I'm not going to scratch the plastic on the top there. Right. So, any questions at all about detailing? Let me know. 100 of you here. Another quiet day, but that's okay because sometimes I can't actually keep up with the comment. But I'm still more than grateful for all of you joining me here on this freezing cold Sunday. Well, depending where you are in the world, anyway. Where is everyone from? Right, just in here, these cars have got a little kind of opening. I'm going to put that in there, try and get as much dirt out of there as possible. Windy as can possibly be today. Where has that come from? Didn't wake up and it was like that. So if you've got green in the windows in these kind of areas, this is how easy it is to get rid of it. You really don't need to try that hard. Just get yourself a decent brush. The softer brushes will not do it. This is a kind of medium brush, I would say. I've got another one that's firmer, but it didn't really need it today. It's not that bad, this car. Comes in, I don't know, well, not very often, to be honest with you. I was going to say I haven't seen it since last year, but that really wasn't that long ago, was it? Okay, so I will use another brush later, but when I pressure washed the car and got off a lot of the grit and dirt that's on the car, so you can see a whole different mix of brushes. These ones from Carbon Collective are really good. Let me show you. I've only ever had one pack. They've lasted me 6, 7 years. They're the stiffer brushes. They're really great too. Someone on Facebook said, oh, hang on a minute. Someone on Facebook said it was good to put gravel in your chamois and dry your paint with the same gravel filled chamois. I'd like to think that there was some satire in that. Harsh, I am from Essex, a place called Romford in Essex. Where are you from, Harsh Truman? Right, time to press the wash your car off. I don't know if you can hear the pressure washer at all. We try and dry my hands. Right, so this car, I mentioned earlier, but not all of you were here earlier. It has been coated by me with CarPro Sequels UK 3.0, but wasn't October last year, it was October the year before. So it should be a tired coating. Let's see what it looks like. Seacoast Detailing. How you doing, Seacoast? Then the second time it became 24 hours, I messaged every contact I have, including scammers, and said I haven't based since last year. Yes, I did actually did that to one person laugh. Only the one person? Right. So let's see how this ceramic coating is performing. I don't expect miracles now before having actually cleaned the car. The snow foam will do so much. But at the minute, we can safely say that the bonnet looks flat. So I'm not surprised about. So we'll see if we can revive this coating. And the thing is with CarPro Sequence UK, I believe it is one of the better coatings out there. But this one, like I say, it's probably coming to the end of its life. How do your customers maintain their vehicles between detailing? Do they go to regular wash stations? Some of them come to me, and some of them, I think, do it themselves. I don't know how well that works. Some of them will get other detailers to do it, as a for instance, one guy travelled an hour to get here. So I don't really expect him to come here to get his car washed regularly. It is a long journey. So there's lots of different answers to that, to be honest with you. Right, this part definitely needs some kind of decontamination, I would say. Same as yesterday's one that was also ceramic coated. But I think in this weather, with the roads the way that they are, uh, the cars are getting beaten up. All the salt on the roads, the mud, the dirt, it's just more than it is in the summer. I guess obviously. Right, does the door shut need pressure washing out? We'll do that quickly. Not really what it's in for, but doesn't take long, does it? There we go. Plus, when I clean the door shuts later, I won't get any grit on the microfibers, so that's only a good thing. What do you think about this work? Is it profitable? Yeah, it's profitable. If I was losing money, I wouldn't be here without being sarcastic. Uh, right, before I sell my car, I might take it to Viking Detailing near me. I heard they're pretty good. I don't know anything about them, but yeah, check them out. Check out their social media. Have a chat with them. See what kind of feel you get. See what products they're going to use. You could ask them about the processing. This is why I like going live, because people can see exactly what I'm like. If they like the work, then great. If not, no problem. I think some people are shocked at what detailing actually costs, and I'm not particularly expensive. Like the plastic ceramic coating that I've got on here was only a 9 month coating. That's definitely gone. Turbo RC, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a little while. How's it all going? Can I get a 360 look at it? What, the car? Yeah. As I work around here. I'm new in this works is why I'm asking. Yeah, that's right. It's no problem. I like helping people that are new here. No problem at all. I like to as many questions as you need. What I would say is don't do it for the money. Do it because you enjoy it. If the money comes, then great. Because there will be times of year where you're looking, thinking, what in the world am I doing? Something will go wrong at work, something will cost you money. Do it because you enjoy it. I mean, it's cold, it's windy. I could have stayed at home on the sofa, but I enjoy doing this, so I book cars in on the weekend. and I've always booked cars in on the weekend just because I enjoy it. But it'll be hard graft if you don't enjoy it. Ever had a customer you really hated, and for what reason? Hey, oh, sorry, wait, getting caught up. Hated, strong word. Uh, Not hated. There's one guy that frustrated me, shall we say. He he bought a second-hand Range Rover Velar, and he told me that the car was scrapped and it needed machine polishing. But all right, no problem. I've done loads and loads of Range Rovers. I reckon I've done from that brand 150 cars. Uh, so yeah, it was easy work to be honest with you. Then he said that the car was a Cat S, so it's been smashed up in some way. Cat S, Cat N, I don't know, one of those. But basically, it's been in an accident. I thought, all right, no problem. It's paint is paint, but it is changing the job slightly because I don't know what a tape is going to be like. So then the day before, he's messaged me, Ahmed, thank you for the hearts and nice to see you. So it came to the day before he was supposed to bring the car in, and he said his wife's cleaned the car with a sponge. I was like, well, that doesn't seem so bad. And he was really upset about it. I was like, all right, what's going on? I'm clearly missing something. And she used a sponge from the kitchen, like a scouring pad, to clean the car. I was like, okay, the quote that I gave you is now null and void because there's no way with the money that you've given me and the time that I'm going to get that into a good state. When he got the car to me, all the panels were different. The car had clearly been in a smash. His wife had gone nuts on the paint. And I just said to him, so there's no way with the budget that you've given me, the budget that you've given me, that I am going to get 100% of those scratches out. Not going to happen. He was happy. About a week later, he said he's not happy. There's still scratches on it. I was like, I told you, because of what your wife did to the car and the budget you've given me and the time, I told you before you'd even drop the car off that that quote was null and void and it can't be done. And I didn't hate the guy, but he should have listened when I told him you need to spend more money. So frustrated, but definitely not a hate. But that is empty. That was a long-winded answer, but hey, what's the, so what happened? Cat S is structural. That will write the car off to be scrapped. Right, okay. So I'm guessing it must have been Cat N then. Whatever it was, this thing just, it was not a nice car. It was clearly in a smash. The panels weren't fitting right. The black on the panels, as in one was one kind of black, there was another kind of black. It was not good at all. Right. So now time to actually wash this car. Bear with me a second, people. Just got to move a few things around because I'm not the tallest guy in the world, and there's no way I'm cleaning the middle of that roof without having that there. Oh, you can't see me. Sorry. That's like cleaning the car with a wire wheel sandwich. Yeah, basically she did. That's why I kind of found it funny before he actually told me what was going on. So, all right, the wife's cleaned the car. That's a nice thing. What are you complaining about? Obviously, I didn't say that to the client, but I didn't understand what in the world he was talking about. Then he explained it to me. Right, okay. So, well, how? Because she's scratched it to pieces. The quote that I gave is void because I don't know what she's done to it since I last saw it. Right, okay. Wing mirrors. I don't know why I'm up here. I like to do the wing mirrors. There we go. I'm going to do all the roof and the windows, and then I'm going to pick up a new microfiber or another one even, and start to work my way down the car. So I'm sorry for a minute because I cannot see the screen. I won't be able to answer any questions, I guess, for obvious reasons. Not ignoring you, I promise. Yeah, I'll grab you guys and bring you over with us. Right, have I missed anything here? Some people, no, absolutely, absolutely. I don't hate anyone for that kind of stuff. I mean, you've got to do quite a lot for me to hate someone, but it was silly. Ahmed, I don't know what that says, but welcome. And the name above you, I can't read the name, unfortunately. That's English people for you who can only speak one language. Some of them can't speak that very well. But thank you for being here. Thank you for commenting. Right, what I'm also doing is I'm lifting up the windscreen wipers, putting the microfiber in between the window and the wiper and cleaning it. It's a little tip that if you think your wipers aren't working, well, they might not be actually working, but just clean them. The number of people that thought they need new wipers, let me clean them first, see what actually happens. Lo and behold, they didn't need new wipers. They just need to clean the ones that they've already got. So that's a little tip there for you guys. It does work most of the time. Right, nearly done with the roof. Ahmed said, "Peace upon you." And the other pink profile picture said, "Hi." Oh, that's nice of them. Thank you both for being here. Nice comments to come and see. And thank you for the translation because there's no way I'd have got that. So this has got a windscreen coating, but I can't remember when I put it on the car. Again, cleaning the wipers. So if let's see if the what's it called? The windscreen coating is still performing well. Don't know if it is right now. We'll find out. Okay, what I've got here is I've got a spare bucket just here. Already got one microfiber in there. That goes in here. I don't use it again. Straight to the bucket. Get a fresh microfiber. This one's from Fallen Angel. Some really cracking microfibers from these guys. You're all going quite easy with me on the questions today. Only 54 of you. I mean, it is Sunday. I'm not surprised. Probably got some better things to do, right? Okay. So I'm going to work my way down the car. When it gets to the lower part, I'm going to turn the microfiber around after it's done, and then I'll move it back up the car, but not before. Definitely don't want to take mud up the car. That will stress me out. Oh, you can't see. But it can potentially scratch the car, and we definitely don't want that. So that's obviously the dirty side. Flip it around. We'll go right along the car and just work my way across the car and down the car at the same time. When I get to the lower portion, the microfiber will stay down here. That'll be it. New microfiber, please. Another one from Fallen Angel. Right, I can see the ceramic coating trying to work, so it'll be interesting. I find car cleaning relaxing. Thank you. Me too, actually. Me too. And it's even better since Gary gave me a kettle. Gary, that's a moderator in here, and I can put some warm water or hot water even in the bucket. Trust me, it makes a big difference. When your hands are freezing cold, last thing you want to do is put your hand back in that water. So, Gary, I'm eternally grateful for that kettle. Thank you. What I'm thinking of doing, this will be a good test actually. Can you see me? No, right, you can't see me for a second. Sorry, I'm just doing the bottom part of this. Right, dirty side, take it to the clean side. This is a certain meditative effect of detailing. Guess he is. I like it. The client, this particular client, likes the car to look good. What was I going to say? Yeah, little tests. So what I'm thinking of doing is longer format videos of me cleaning cars, but I'm going to do it as ASMR. So do you guys like that idea, or would you rather I was live cleaning the car? I guess live would be, is it more time consuming? I don't know. Yeah, so I'm just thinking about doing long format videos of me cleaning cars. Right, that's been to the bottom of the car, so I'm not taking it back up. He sure loves his work, and also Miss Gary, where is he? Ahmed. Oh, I know you, Ahmed. And yes, I do. Gary is here somewhere. Right. There we go. So yeah, what do you guys think? Long format videos, ASMR of me cleaning cars, or lives? I'm gonna have to try at some point. I like the lives, but I am thinking, is that a good idea? Is it a bad idea? Do I test it? Probably. Turn it around. Right, after this, I'm going to use a fallen angel brush to go around parts of the car whereby a microfiber just won't go in it, and I'll show you that in a second. Right, that's that done. Try it out. Yeah, I think I need to try it out. You never know. If a video does really well, he'll pay me a day's wages. Right. Okay. Big hairy ball brush. I'm going to put that in the cleaner water. Thank you very much, Emma. I really do appreciate it. I like live because we can ask questions. I like that too. With live responses, I like that too. But videos usually wait a day. Also, videos are much harder for you to have to edit everything. That's painful to do. Yeah, it is. It is difficult to edit. I'm getting better at it. ASMR sounds good. Yeah, also thinking I might need to buy like a decent microphone, so then it really is a quality ASMR. So when I was talking about microfibers not getting into all the nooks and crannies, we are talking about the grills like this, where a microfiber is just not going to get in there. So these brushes really do help. So yeah, it'll be a learning curve for me. I mean, I edit videos for here already, so I am relatively used to it. But they're like 1 minute videos, sometimes 5 minute videos of wheel cleaning, but a 20-minute video, let's see what we can do with it. I don't know. Well, Adam says to try it. If Adam says to try it, then we're going to have to do it. Adam's been a supporter for a long time now, so thank you for that, Adam. And yeah, I think I should give it a go. I'd like to have a mix of things and see what it is that makes the most people happy. That's what I'll go for. Do you do live on TikTok? Uh, I used to do a lot of lives on TikTok, probably, I don't know, in total, maybe 300 hours of lives on TikTok. Uh, I don't really do it too much at the moment because I want to get monetized on here and I'm going to go back. What I might be doing is trying to go live on both platforms at the same time. So I've got a spare phone and I'm planning on doing both platforms. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, to be honest with you. Again, another one of those tests. So I used to have a fair few people watch me on TikTok, and it'd be nice to do that again. So watch this space. Lots and lots of tests are going to be done in the next 2, 3 months, I reckon. Got to try everything, otherwise you never know. Yeah, I mean, quite simply, you're absolutely right there, aren't you? Absolutely right. So what I'm going to do is pressure wash the top of the car, and there we go. I am going to I'm going to put an extra filter on the pressure washer, which I don't have to do because I checked it just before, and I'm getting 3 ppm, which means parts per million. Anything under 20, I'm good for not getting water spots. Where is it? But yeah, I'm putting on this filter. It's an equipped to clean filter. The letters have come off, but that's where I've got it from. It just goes into the hose pipe, onto the karcher, which is this is not the way that you guys should do it. If you guys have one of these at home, don't use it the same way that I have, which is connecting it directly to the karcher. You will go through that unbelievably quick. Because I've got filtered water there, what's going through there, there's hardly any particulates in there or minerals. So it's going to last me a long time. If you get one of those small filters, you put it at the tap, then the hose pipe, then the karcher. It will last you longer. Why? I don't know. That's what the company told me. What you will find is the water pressure will be stacked. Don't be alarmed. It's completely normal. Oh, it should be better than that though. Come on. I mean, I did promise the water would be stacked. There we go. Come on. I think the water filter just needs a little bit of time to get soaking wet inside, and then we're good to go. There we go. So what this will mean is, basically, I don't have to dry the car. So I might dry it, I might not, but I don't have to because it will not, cannot, impossible to leave water spot. But the windscreen coating is tired. So there's another product out there that I'm going to have to test, and it's by Geon, and I've never spoken about this one before. But there's a product by Geon, I think it's called Glass Plus, and it has cleaning capabilities, but also leaves a coating behind on the glass that's good for the windscreen, and it'll bring back the beading effect from the coating. Let's have a look. No, that needs some help. I could have sworn it was a relatively new coating on this car. I wonder if screen wash kills the coatings. Then again, I've got one. I've got the same one in my car. Mine's doing great. Don't know what the answer is. Right. So for a coating that's a year and a half, this is still performing pretty well. Good to have live on two platforms as long as your internet can cope. You make a very, very good point there, Adam. One that I haven't considered. So I'm glad that I've run that by you guys. That's interesting. Hmm. You're making me think now. I like that. All right, thank you. No, I genuinely didn't think of that, and that's one hell of a good point. What am I going to do with that? All right, a new point to consider that I didn't have before. Right, so now the beading for a year and a half, that coating's a year and a half. Is it perfect? No. Do I expect it to be? Absolutely not. Is it performing well after a year and a half? Yeah. That's Car Pro Sequence UK 3.0. And it could do with a decon, but it's actually really not that bad. So a decon treatment, but it doesn't need it that much. So I won't be doing it today. Does this need it though? That could do with it. What's the time on here? 1 o'clock. Do I do it? Do I do the extra little bit of work or not? The extra little bit of work that I'm thinking is actually the same as yesterday. It's decontamination of the paint. which effectively helps the ceramic coating, helps it to do its job and perform better as it should do. Why did Adele cross the road? Uh-oh. Why did Adele cross the road? To say hello for, oh, do you know, I've seen that one, Cairo. Terrible. All right, is that Mark saying to do it? Is Mark saying to do the decontamination wash? If I'm going to do the decontamination wash, I probably don't need this filter in here right now. Exactly. When I play my car, I get the wheel and the arches as well. You play the wheels and the arches. Never played arches, but I have decontaminated the arches with tar and glue remover. But that's an interesting one. I like that. I like that. That really is detailing. That's going next level sugar. Right. So you can see the ceramic coating performing, hopefully. Let me bring you in a bit closer. When there's water beading, it means that there's some kind of protection on there. Now, I know what's on this one because it's only me that takes care of it. But can you see the beading? That's performing pretty well. But I do think it needs a little bit of help. And it's unsurprising. The Car Pro Sequence UK 3.0 coating is only a 18-month coating. Now, I put this on the car, not October last year, like October 23, I think I put the coating on this car. So let's face it, that is performing still really quite well. Yeah, let's do a decon wash on there. Right, the first thing I'm going to do, and I know you can't see me right now, I'm just going to go and pick up the chemical. It's built Ambercorosol. This is a fallout remover. Go, go, go. Right, a fallout remover is good for cars that have got steel brakes. Are they steel? So this is it. It's a ferrous fallout remover, ferrous metal fallout remover. So what it will do is, if there's any tiny little bits of rust on the car, most of you, if you've ever seen a white car that's got tiny little rust spots on it, that's the kind of thing that this will remove. It makes the rust water soluble. It will turn purple, much like the wheels did when we did that earlier. And you just pressure wash it off, and that gets rid of the baked in brake dust. That's good for 18 months. I think it is too. I really do. I'm going to see how it performs after this. And then, to be honest with you, I will probably put a very light topper on there, maybe something that will last about a month or so, which again, because the car is wet and I think it's raining outside, will be, what's it called? Car Pro Elixir. The reason I'm using that one is because I can use it both wet and dry. Do stage one decon. This, yeah, absolutely. I agree with you, Adam. That it definitely needs it. If it needs a round two, which I've got a funny feeling it will, then I'm going to use the tar and glue remover. And one of the reasons that I keep touching the paint is just to say, or just see, like, if you were to touch a brand new mirror and it's completely and utterly smooth, your paint, this tastes horrible. Your paint should feel the exact same way. And if it feels like a teenager's face, then, I'm going to put that on the windscreen. Then, yeah, it's time to help fix it. Oh my gosh, that tastes awful. Right, what am I going to do with that windscreen? Because I could have sworn that was. It doesn't need to be clayed. Right, that just needs to rest on there for a little while. Teenager's face is true. I've always explained it that way, but it's absolutely true. If it feels like a teenager's face, then that paint needs some kind of decontamination. And this is the way that we should all start. So if any of you are just cleaning your cars as enthusiasts and you want to take your car to the next level after a clean, do the decontamination wash, which you need a fallout remover. I am going to get myself a new hose. That is stage one. Then do stage two, which is a fallout remover for a tar and glue remover like this one. And these things will bring back some gloss to the car. So you don't have to do it very often, once every 3 months or so, depending how much you drive the car, what protections on it, where you park it, all that kind of stuff. Right, I'm going to pressure wash this off. It doesn't look like there's too much in there. Now, if I bring the camera over to this, I can see it. There's no way the camera is going to pick it up. But what you'll see is if you've got a car that you've never done this on before, you'll see little purple spots that look like they're crying, to be honest with you. No, there's not a lot on here. There's no point showing you. Right, okay. Time to get that chemical off. Yeah, even when I'm pressure washing it off, it's not turned purple, it's white, which suggests to me that the car doesn't need that as a decon. It needs tar and glue remover. So what I can feel is tar from the roads and not baked in brake dust. But it's a quick and easy thing to do, so worthwhile. All you need to do is pressure wash it off. I do see people that then will wash the car again afterwards. Uh, there's two schools of thought on that one. But that is performing really well. Let me show you this here. So again, you would have thought that the front of the car would be performing badly, but hopefully you can see the water behaviour. That's not bad for an 18-month rated coating. I think that's really good. Right, I'm being very thorough with taking this off the car. Then I'm going to go to another stage of decontamination, which we do slightly differently. Right, let's test this again. How does it feel? Yes, it needs a little bit of something, something. Don't try this at home, people with your teens. No. Unless they don't wash very much, then go for it. Grab yourself a pressure washer, clean those kids up. I've got to say, this is this is doing really well. I'm very surprised at how good it's doing. I shouldn't be surprised, but every now and then you use something, and it beats your expectations, and I like it when that happens. Right, the back of the car is absolutely flat as a pancake, but to be honest with you, there's certain areas that go first, and the back of the car is one of them. 57 people. Where's the 257s that we used to get? That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Right, so the guys here and girls that know that I'm trying to get to 4,000 hours, 4,000 watch hours on YouTube. The latest is I need after this. I'm gauging I'll get about 80 hours from this. So then I'll need only 300, and I'll be monetized on YouTube. And it's a little task that I like to set for myself, a little goal to aim for. I've got about 90 something hours yesterday, probably get a little bit less today to a few less people, and I'll soon be monetized on YouTube. And then where do I set my sights? I need another goal. After I'm monetized, what goal do I set? I don't know what that is. 10,000 followers on YouTube, maybe. He looks like Obama. I don't know how. There's a couple of subtle differences. I mean, the first obvious one is we've got completely different hair and accent. There are obvious ones, more obvious even. Right. Okay. So yeah, I don't know what other goal to set myself after this. So I have to think of something. Maybe something for charity, which I've talked about for quite a while. And I might wait for warmer weather to do that. So I'm going to get someone in to help me for it. There's a children's charity just up the road. I think they take care of sick children, put it that way, very sick children. And I'm thinking there's got to be something that I can do, whether it's for the nurses or the families. I've talked about it for a long time. I actually need to do something about it. Just have a day where they bring in a car and like that help them. I don't know if that benefits the kids though, does it? Benefits the family, the parents. Right, okay. Anyway, so this is the next stage of a fallout remover. This is a dual blackjack. It's tire and glue remover. So I know that this car needs some kind of tire and glue remover because I have already checked it with my hand. And if any of you have got the black spot that you end up seeing on your car on this kind of section from here down to the bottom, this is the kind of thing that removes it. So what it will do is it will quite literally melt that stuff away. It's a solvent. This one, I don't know what, this one is plastic safe. So if you do go out and buy something like this, I don't care what one you buy, just make sure it's plastic safe. Don't listen to that one little piece of information. Don't come crying to me when your plastics turn a funny color. It will happen. You will ruin the plastics. You will ruin lights. And I don't want you to do that. Plastic safe, very, very important. If it's small charity, then anything will be good. I'm sure they'll be very grateful. Yeah, I think so. I just feel like I want to do something for someone else, and I haven't done enough of that lately. Right, can you see this? If I click that, turns blue. Click it again, turns red. Ah, it's heated at the front. It's heated at the back. I've got a power bank in here, and it's keeping me warm because you can see how cold it is today. Ah, toasty. It makes a difference. And yes, it's the same sweatshirt that I wore yesterday. Do I care? Not at all. Right, with this, this is a microfiber that I use purely for this job. The only chemical that goes on it is this one, tire and glue remover. And after waiting just a few minutes, I'm going to wipe the panels down as if I'm waxing the car. Don't put a load of pressure on there. You really need to. You just want to remove the glue or the tar, and it doesn't take a lot of effort. So just as if you're taking the wax off of a car, you don't need loads of pressure, I promise you. And what this will do is it will remove those little tar spots. And I want to test it with my hand. They are gone. It really is as simple as that. So any of you that are looking to go to the next stage of cleaning your car, this is absolutely one that I would go to if I was you. Do the fallout remover that I just did earlier, and then do this, and you'll definitely see a difference. And I need to move the camera because you can't really see me that much. So sorry about that. Yeah, this will make a difference in how the quality of the paint looks. I guarantee it will look better if if your car is several years old and you've never done this anyway. Right, okay. Again, nice and gentle. The other thing with this microfiber, and I did mention it yesterday, so sorry to those of you that are listening to this again, but if you do this job, as in this particular little bit that I'm doing now, do not wash the microfiber. You are better off getting rid of it, because if you wash it, your what is that? How did that look? Oh no, it is coming off. Your machine will stink. It will absolutely stink of this chemical if you wash this. So just use a cheap microfiber for this one. You're gonna ruin it. Don't wash it. Trust me. I've done it once. I've never done it again. It's even worse if you put it in the machine and then try and dry it as well. It's almost as if it's like a diffuser, a tar and glue remover. You can't get rid of that smell for ages. Don't make the mistake that I did. Right, that's that done. We are nearly finished with this car, and I think it's raining outside. So the chances of me drying this are absolutely slim to none. So, seeing as we're going to be coming to the end of the live shortly, I reckon 5 or 10 minutes. If anyone's got any questions at all, or you just want to have a quick tic chat, then let me know. You've got thunder and lightning. Excellent. Better buy some cheap white fiberglass. Just use tar and glue remover and throw them away. Yeah, absolutely agree. Get some cheap and nasty microfibers. Even if you've got an old one that you were going to throw away, as long as they're clean, it can be stained and the holes and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, there's no grit in the microfiber. Just use that one because it will stink. I promise you. You've had your warning. Please listen. And if you don't listen, and if you do clean your microfiber and it does stink the whole house out, please send me a message so I can laugh and I'll share it with everyone that you did it. He might do, but I'm not interested in religion. But thank you very much. Not interested in religion chat at all, I'm afraid. Right, I'm going to go around the other side of the car, so bear with me a second. You'll see me any minute. There we go. Yeah, so there's a few things that I don't get involved in when I'm live. Anything that is just plain nastiness, like racism, sexism, all that kind of stuff. I don't get involved in politics on my live, and I don't get involved in religion. So, although it's a nice thing to say, and I appreciate it, thank you, you won't see me engaging too much with it. Have a great week. Thank you very much. Am I Christian? This is again where I just don't get into this kind of stuff because I find it divides people, and that's really not what I'm here for. Right, I'll be honest and say until I started watching, I used to wash them until you said didn't. I mean, wash the microfibers, definitely. Is that LDK or IDK? I'm not sure. Nothing, yeah, nothing bad. This is a community that I feel is everyone can talk about what they want, but there's certain things that I just don't want on here because it divides people. And I'd rather have a community where we don't have that. There's enough of that in the world right now. So, Mark, yeah, with microfibers, I do wash them, sorry, but not the tar and glue removal one. It stinks. The machine stinks, everything else stinks, the house stinks. Uh, that's that's doing really well. The windscreen coating is not. Very, very surprised about that one. But I can't remember when I put it on the car. Okay, so this is looking a hell of a lot better. Thanks for giving tips. Well, my pleasure. I like giving tips and helping people out. Genuinely fun for me. Right, okay, this is performing great. Is that a Velar or an Evoque? Actually, it's neither. It's a Discovery Sport. Right. So that is the coating that is about 15 months old, I think Mark said. So on here, I'll bring you in closer. That's still performing really well. And does it need does it need a bit of help? You could probably argue it doesn't. Uh, yeah, maybe I'll do it anyway though. Yes, I meant I used to wash the tire and glue ones until you said don't. Oh, right, okay. Didn't you find that they stink really bad, Mark? Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a towel that I used yesterday. It's absolutely soaking wet, but I'm not too fussed. And I am going to go over this quickly. This will only last about a month in this weather. This is Car Pro Elixir. This will add a little bit of gloss and slickness and hydrophobics. Not that this car massively needs it, but why not? I'll do it very, very quickly, and I can use it both on a wet and dry car. I never noticed any smell. I mean, go for it. If you want to do that, go for it. Maybe it was just me. Right. So a few sprays per panel. If this was a dry panel, I would only use on this bonnet 3, maybe 4 sprays. You definitely don't need too much of it because it can streak otherwise. Right, that's all I'm going to do, and I don't even know if you saw it. So again, one spray over the panel, make sure that the towel doesn't hit the floor. Thankfully, it didn't. This can go on the glass, it can go on the paint, it can go on the plastics. Just do not put it on the windscreen. 1, 2, 3. And what this will do is it will just protect the coating a little bit more. It will give it a bit of help. Put it on the glass, more on the glass. That's how easy it is to dry a car. This is getting heavy. Look at the doors, just swinging in the wind. Right, so after this, I am going to get to go and have some lunch. I am starving. Probably need to go and have a shower as well. Like the back of the car needed the most, so let's get a bit more on there. We are very nearly done, people. So if any of you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love a little clip of the subscription button. And I'll be back next Saturday and Sunday. Someone just booked in about an hour ago while I was on here. He'll be bringing in a Audi Q3, and there'll also be the Range Rover that I do every single week. And that's all that's in for next weekend so far. But we'll see. I might even do my own car. I haven't done that for quite a while. That's looking a bit mean at the moment. So maybe on the Sunday I'll come in and just do my own car and go live with it. We'll see. We'll see. Right. I'm going to do one great big section. So lovely. So after this, I am finished, people. So unless there's any more questions, that's me pretty much done. Quickly do the windows, quickly put some tire shine on there, and I'm finished. Your car doesn't deserve a clean. It's an electric Mini. Oh, forget that you don't like my car. All right, I've got the BMW 320i. That thing is desperate. There is green growing on the green. So that's going to be something that I'm going to probably bring in. I might actually not do that live, but I might do a video of that one. I'm going to get someone at BMW to go over the car, make sure that it's as it should be, because I haven't driven it in such a long time. And then I'm going to sell it, but I will detail it first. And when you see how bad it is, you'll be disgusted. Right, so that's me done for the day. Cold and I'm hungry. So I will see you next week. Loved having you here. Thank you very much. Thank you to all the regulars and the not so regulars. And hopefully, I'll see you in a week's time. But thank you. Goodbye. Thank you, Mark. Good to see you. I'll see you later. Bye bye.